hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun. As she puts
Perfect,
her
doesn't it? Crystal clear waters, swaying seaweed, fish darting through the shallows, nature at peace, or so it seems. Sometimes what you can't see is what matters most. Even the most tranquil coves. Something harmful may be silently at work. Fecal contamination from accidental sewage spills or overflow events. It's not just swimmers at risk. This pollution disrupts the delicate marine ecosystems. Fish absorb bacteria and toxins into the systems. Seaweed and ocean plants suffer too, their growth stunted by chemical imbalances and oxygen loss. And for us, these invisible threats can cause anything from ear infections and sore throats to serious gastrointestinal illness. So before you swim, check local water safety levels, especially after heavy rain, because when the ocean suffers, we all do.
How many spills have been released, or how many hours of spills have been released into the sea, which are numbers that you can get if you request them on Freedom of Information. On Broadhaven specifically, it's almost tripled in the last 3 years, so consecutively each in the last 3 years. So started around about 17 spills in total in 2022, up to about 46. Forgive me if these numbers aren't exact. 46 in 23, and then up to about 67 spills in total in just one outflow in Broadhaven in 24. So you'd imagine it's going to be around about 100 spills this year. But going off last year's data, that's a spill every 5 days.
Next question.
Well, the problem with poo and other waste just being released untreated into the water is multiple different factors, from drugs that have been untreated that we've used going into the system, like the pill, for instance, is changing the fertility of the animals in the environment, not just us, but also down to the nutrients that are released when the poo and the other waste gets broken down into available nutrients for animals, which can be uptaken really, really quickly and starve the environment. So, and another reason all of these untreated sewage is a bad problem is the chemicals that we have within industry. A brilliant example is over the last 30 years, our native orca population has decreased just down to 2 males because all of the females were infertile due to farming and industrial waste chemicals leaching into the sea and making the females sterile. So we've killed off our own orcas. Dead spot. So that these are made by those nutrients that come out of the waste being uptaken really quickly by organisms that can do it. So these are like that brown sludgy algae or like red tidal bloom. These are organisms that occurred normally anyway, but in a balanced ecosystem. When we're adding all of this extra nutrients into that system, these fast-growing organisms can take it up. But once that nutrient has depleted, they will die off, and then the bacteria that are needed to break them down again, just in the natural process, need oxygen to break these organisms down. This drains the system of oxygen, and all the other animals in the system can't breathe essentially, so suffocate, creating this dead spot. So I don't personally know any of the names of the actual diseases that my friends and other people have got, but it's a common story now that you can pretty much speak to any common water user, and they will themselves or other people know diseases and problems that have come from swimming in polluted waters. Personally, I think I'm quite lucky and only really get ear infections, which are still pretty horrible, but they're not a life-threatening thing, whereas friends of mine have been hospitalized and if left untreated would have died. And there's quite a few stories in the news about it now really as well.
On this beach, which is pretty ridiculous. But thinking just 3 years ago when we thought the problem was already...
When you swim in water that's been contaminated with feces, there are a number of health risks to be aware of. Some mild, some more serious. The most common issues are things like ear infections, sore throats, and skin rashes, usually caused by bacteria or fungi in the water. But more concerning are infections like gastroenteritis, which leads to diarrhea, vomiting, and stomach cramps. In rare but serious cases, there's a risk of hepatitis A and even leptospirosis, also known as Weil's disease, a bacterial infection that can be life-threatening if it spreads to organs.
The best we ever had, and we'll stay on forever. We'll never have regrets. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop.